Hello and welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole and today I want to talk about the Judgment series and its future. Now, you might have heard that there was a rumor today which said that Lost Judgement might be actually the last game in the series or might be even cancelled. Now, I can tell you already, nothing got cancelled and we really don't know what the future brings for this game. But before we jump into theories, let's look at the facts, shall we? So, as I said, Nikan Taisu, a Japanese entertainment site, claims that Lost Judgement could very well be the final entry in the Yakuza spin-off franchise because of a talent agency that represents many of the actors that brings these characters to life. One of the most important actors is actually Takayuki Yagami, sorry for butchering that in the first, and he is the game's protagonist. But he is also a real person and he is represented by Johnny and Associates. And the problem with Johnny and Associates is that they are a very well-known company in Japan who has very strict policies when it comes to talent and their likenesses, especially when it comes to the internet. They are basically saying the internet does not exist and the internet is for porn, so we will make sure that our creators will not end up on the internet. And you might laugh at this, but they've been doing this for years. They've been pulling through with this. Like, most of their actors were not even allowed to have social channels till, I think, last year actually, when the corona crisis happened. Whenever there is a Japanese magazine who has also an online version of that magazine, those magazines had to remove the actors from the online version. I kid you not. They were allowed to showcase those actors in the normal magazine, of course, but whenever there was like an online version of it, they had to make sure that it disappears. And so they were actually really trying to protect the likeness of the actors in the agency. And they're apparently doing the same thing here with Judgment. Now you might say, wait, but it is out on consoles, right? Yeah, but it isn't out on PC. And Sega has a big problem with that because Sega want actually to bring this game to the PC. Because the PC is a huge market. It makes Sega millions of dollars. Like, Sega is actually one of those Japanese companies who has realized in the last few years that the PC market is not a market to be ignored, so they really want to get on it, and Judgment is just perfect for the PC. They brought all the Yakuza series to the PC and made them a lot of money, and they want to bring this game there as well. But as it stands, well, apparently PCs are no-no, because there's a pretty high chance that there might be like a modder and then they will take the faces of those actors and do some naughty things with them, aka Rule 35, and that is what the company is trying to prevent here. And now you might say, hey, that's actually, when you think about it, that's not a bad thing, right? They just want to protect the actors. That's pretty neat. Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, let's be honest here. Has that ever stopped anyone from doing stuff on the internet? Like computer animations, like deep fakes, just drawings. If you are looking up like any actor for Rule 34, believe me, you will find them. And the same goes probably for those actors. So it is a little bit outdated here, in my opinion, what those people from the talent agency try to prevent, because let's be honest here, if people really want to put the main character in some naughty poses, they will do so anyways. They don't need a PC version for that. And that's probably what Sega hoped for, that the talent agency is coming around and will say, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's put this on PC. But it seems like they are not budging. So what can happen in the future? I don't know. It really comes down to if they can find a solution with the talent agency. Like maybe if they're paying them enough, which doesn't seem to be an option because the talent agency has done this for decades, and Sega was probably not the first company who got the idea to pay them a lot of money to change that, and apparently they never have. So that might not be an option. Maybe they find reason with them. Doesn't seem to be likely, but might be a possibility. Or, well, as Nikan Taisu says, there might be a possibility that this might be actually very well be the last entry of the series, or they're finding different actors. Like I have always said, don't do that. Don't use movie actors or like real likenesses in your video games. Like if you don't have a specific contract which gives you like all the rights and whatnot, you really don't want to do that. Because you don't know what happens in 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Like let's say the contract runs out at some point. There's so many chances that this can backfire that is never a good choice. And I don't even know why they choose the actor. Because, let's be real here, yes, in Japan, he is probably very well known, but everywhere else, nobody knows who that dude is, as unfortunate as it is. And yeah, it's just, it never pays off. Never. So they shouldn't have done that in the first place, and I just hope that they might keep Judgment as a series, and then they will just change the characters or will just change the faces or whatever. Like, I mean, look at Yakuza. And Yakuza also very much worked. So I hope Sega finds a solution, but it might be very well be that the first 2 Judgment games never come to the PC because the talent agency is like, well, you can bring them to PC, but you have to change the faces and maybe even the voices. And that might be too much work for Sega. So it doesn't look too great. There are definitely options here and there what they could do. But yeah, they have maneuvered themselves very much in a dead end here, depending on if the agency is coming around or not. And what we have heard from the agency so far, they will not. They will just not. So that would of course suck. But yeah, I definitely hope that the game is coming to PC at some point. And I know that some people might say, well, then just don't bring it to the PC. I have seen this a lot on the internet today. Like, just don't bring it to the PC, and it isn't a problem anymore. And I'm just like, wait, what? Like, no. Okay, I don't know where you have been in the last few years, but the PC market is the biggest market out there with the smartphones. Like, smartphones are number one, and then afterwards we have already the PC worldwide. You cannot just say, oh, you know what, like, just ignore the PC market. You cannot do that anymore. Why do you believe that everyone and their grandma is actually getting their games on the PC? Like even Sony, why do they bring their first party titles to the actual PC? Because there's a lot of money to be made, and also push the IP forward so that more and more people know about it. So yeah, ignoring the PC is not really an option here for Sega, and we will see how it plays out. I can just hope that it will come to the PC at some point, and if that happens, well, you will definitely find out here first. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this quick video. If you did so, please consider to like. If you didn't like this video, well, there's a dislike button right next to it. And if you're new to my channel, you want to see more gaming news, you want to see more tips and tricks videos, reactions to certain games out there and conventions, then you might want to consider to subscribe to the channel. I would definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Have a good one. Stay safe. Bye-bye.